Hello everyone, Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics here with the product review of the Sanddune Stepper, one of the coolest and most unique pieces of equipment that you will find. The Sanddune Stepper first made its way into our gym about 3 years ago, and the second Sanddune Stepper made its way in about 2 days ago. So we're pretty excited for this. This is their newer model. They've got a different coloration for the sheet. Essentially what the Sanddune Stepper is a very, very high-dense piece of foam material that allows you to do several things. You can do ballistic pattern movements, you can do balance training, you can do mobility drills. What I like the Sanddune Stepper for the most is two things. First is vertical training, and the second is overcoming isometrics. So vertical training, I love implementing something like hurdles along with the Sanddune Stepper. I like using band-resistant jump squats, maybe with the Sanddune Stepper as the landing pad. I love that you can land on a surface that is so unstable, and then you are forced to overcompensate for that instability with your strength. I think it's really efficient. And the second way that I mentioned is overcoming isometrics. That's essentially where I will have a certain load that can only go a certain range of motion, and I have to take, for example, a squat. If I take my barbell and I place it underneath my safety arms and I drive into the safety arms with the barbell, I like to be stepping on this when that happens. I find that if I'm doing an exercise like that where I'm overcoming that kind of an isometric for a timed interval, having my feet on a surface that's unstable just adds a certain level of difficulty that you don't get if your feet are on the flat wood. So I like implementing that for something like that as well. The Sanddune Stepper is going to get a score just like everything else does when we do our product reviews. We go based off pricing, quality, usage, footprint, and customer service. So let's take that one by one. The price. This is $280. That's the price. You can get it at Rogue. You can get it at sanddunestepper.com. It's not bad. That's not a bad price. It's not what I would consider to be a steal, but most of this stuff isn't. This is a high-quality piece of equipment, and it comes with a high-quality price. I'm going to give it a fair score at about a 7.1. Again, I think it's a decent amount of money to spend on an accessory such as this, and this is an accessory. It's something that you can purchase, have in your gym, have at home, have anywhere, or you can train without it. But it is an accessory to the gym that definitely brings something to the table. Wouldn't be what I would consider to be a absolute must-have necessity to the gym, but for that price, it's very fair at a 7.1. Quality, very, very well made here. They did a good job making this. It is, as I mentioned, made of a very dense piece of foam material that can sustain a hell of a lot of weight. You can get yourself under a squat bar, you can get down. I've done maybe 275, maybe 300 while standing on this thing. But if you're doing it for the right reasons, you probably shouldn't need to go all that heavy on the Sanddune Stepper if you're trying to get the balance element involved. But that being said, the quality is very good regardless. I'll give it a 7.5. That's a very good score for the quality. It seems like they did a really good job making this into what it is. I wanted to make special mention that the sleeve cover is washable. That's something that a lot of people ask us about. Like, can this be washed? Like, yes, that can be taken off, that can be washed. Footprint, definitely a good score for the Sanddune Stepper. This is a very, very manageable sized piece of equipment. You got about a 2x2 square here. You can put this anywhere. Lean it up against a corner in your gym, put it in your room. You could probably take it with you to the gym even. It's just small enough to where you could maybe not fit it in your gym bag, but if you wanted to haul it in, you definitely could. It's not all that heavy. Maybe a little bit big, but it's not that heavy. So I'll give the footprint an 8.6. Yeah, 8.6 is a good score for this guy. He did really, really well. Usage. I think I skipped over usage actually, so we'll talk about usage. The usage on this, as I mentioned, I use these for a couple different things, and it does have a decent amount of usage that you can get out of this. I will say that in order to properly implement this into training, you're probably going to have to do some research. You're going to need to watch their videos, follow them on social media, maybe even reach out to Sanddune Stepper, as I have in the past, and ask questions. It does come with a little bit of a learning curve. You're going to have to understand, there's a high end, there's a low end. Which side do I put my heels on? Why am I doing it this way? All questions that should be asked by the coach or the client, depending on who it is that's purchasing this. But regardless, make sure you do your homework before you just jump in and start going. Usage, I'm going to give it a 7.3. Again, I think that's a fair score, 7.3. You do get a decent amount of usage out of this accessory piece. So that's where I'll leave it at that. Customer service. Category 5 is customer service, and they did very well with this. The Sanddune Stepper, as I mentioned earlier, I have asked them several questions about their product, what it's for, best ways to use it, how exactly it works, how it's made. They've always been there to answer questions. They've got a really, really good presence on social media. If you guys hit them up on IG, they will answer you. It's really cool to see that this company goes out of their way to make sure that they're available for their customer base. That's important. I'm going to give them an 8.9. 8.9 for customer service brings the total score on this bad boy to 7.88. 7.88 for the Sanddune Stepper. Very good score, especially for an accessory. It's a good piece of equipment to have. It does bring something very unique to the table. I'll spin this around so you guys can see. Sanddune Stepper. Again, you can get it from sanddunestepper.com or you can get it from Rogue. Either one. Rogue picked it up. You know it must be pretty good. Hope you guys enjoy the video.